when I found the store was going to close, and when it was going to be torn down, which I never imagined in my wildest dreams, I don't think anybody else did either, I was devastated. And I just couldn't believe it. I thought, how can they do that? So I did go to the first auction, which I mentioned in the book, which was very difficult. I do remember standing inside the store, looking at lockers, employees' lockers, and various things that were just fixtures of the store, buyers' desks and tables, and that wouldn't mean anything to a lot of people. And I just sobbed. And then I met a friend who worked there for a number of years too. And she said, I don't understand how they can do this. And as we talked, I said, let's go up to the third floor. There was nobody up there. There was no merchandise up there anymore. I said, let's just go up there. So it's too bad we didn't have a flashlight, but we didn't. And we went up the back steps to the third floor and turned on a few lights and looked around. And I said, you know, there really is no reason to be here. So we walked around a little bit and went back downstairs, tried to get down to another floor in the lower level, and it was so dark we couldn't see, so we couldn't do that. But then when they announced the store was going to be demolished, it was just too much for me. And a close friend of mine who did watch the store come down every day asked me if I was going to be there, and I said, no, I can't do it. I won't do it. So before the store was torn down, I actually walked over to the store one day, and I just stood in the front, and by this time everything had been cleaned out, and I just talked to the structure, which sounds pretty strange, and I just cried, and I said, I love you, and I don't want you to go, and I'll miss you forever. And a lot of people had come up to me before that to ask why the store was being torn down, and I didn't understand. I didn't realize that it wasn't up to code, and some of the buildings were so old that they just couldn't possibly bring them up to code. So the only choice was to tear it down. But it was horrible. It was like a death.